I was unmuted. I was on mute. I am so sorry. Okay. All right. So we're going to have some fun. I was muted. This is the live stream of live streams. We're going into a language so powerful. I mean, what's that scripture in the Bible? I keep forgetting the scripture. That scripture in the Bible, it says that, when a person is given wisdom and they do well with it, more is given to them. We're in for some, it's going to be powerful. This is going to be one of the most powerful live streams that you'll ever hear. I'm going to do another one on Connor. I'm going to have to go the hour first by myself and then bring Connor in afterwards. Okay, that's going to be another powerful live stream. And then when I show you who the African kings descend from, you're going to say, nah, we've been lied to. Hey, Isis, hi. All right, let's do some roll call and let's have some fun. Benjamin, Avion, E. Carter, Chanelli, Lindissima, Isis, welcome. Okay, so I didn't let people know that I was going live. And the latest thing that YouTube is doing is they're hiding my comments because they're a bunch of stingeros. They don't even want me to read the comments. They're hiding my live chat button. And I don't know what they're doing with this live chat button. And then the stingeros, they're hiding the comments. So I used to get like 50, 60 comments. Now it's down to like 5 comments. I mean, they're just sick and miserable. They have to be worshipped. And anyone who doesn't worship them, well, you know how that goes. Okay. All right, guys. Now watch this, guys. I mean, listen. This is going to be crazy. Okay. This is going to be crazy. But we're gonna do this and we're gonna have some fun. Okay. All right. Let me do the screen share. Okay. Let me do the present. And this is gonna be powerful. All right. Everyone can see, right? Okay. So watch this. So we left off discovering the lingam yoni. I mean, there's so many layers to the lingam yoni. But when we got to Big Ben, hey Leanne, welcome. Hey Avion, welcome. So when we got to Big Ben, we began to decode that the ancients did not just leave a hidden language written into the side of the mountains telling history, because they knew there was a time coming when the earth would be under tyranny. And they knew that the earth would be under liars and deceivers. So they didn't write the history into books because they know books get burned. And because they were titans, they wrote the history on the side of mountains. And then the zombies think it's pareidolia, which is great because now I can get to explore the mountains by myself and find the hidden language and study the language of the ancients, right? Now we get to the fact that we're dealing with our ancient ancestors having either craft. This is what tonight is about. The fact that our ancestors were advanced, and they were so advanced that they were able to shape mountains from the sky. Oh, did I just lose like all the religious people? Press 1 if you understand English. Okay. Let me go back again. So not only were there an advanced race of titans on the earth, we descended from them. An advanced race of giants on the earth, we descended from them. And genetic engineering using an advanced race of primates who were here. We're also dealing with the fact that our ancestors were so advanced that they had either space-based weapons, oh boy, and I'm going to prove it tonight, and the weapons were able to reshape mountains to tell a story. What? Yeah, that's what I said. and I'm sticking to it. So, which means that our ancestors were spacefaring. Everything we've been taught is a lie. Now, let's rock. Now, does everyone remember Big Ben? Does everyone remember Big Ben? Let me zoom in. Remember Big Ben? Oh, Big Ben in Texas? Remember, we discovered that Big Ben was a yoni, right? And Big Ben, guys, leave post comments because I love to read your comments after. And yes, the Stingeros, hide the comments. That's why I prefer you guys to go on Rumble, but Rumble live chat, they disappear the live chat. So, whatever. Okay, so we discovered that Big Ben was a lingam yoni. And the lingam broke off, so they carved a yoni next to it, right? Now, something said to me, go back. I was on the you know me, when I disappear, that's because I'm traveling the information highway. You know, that highway that's all around us filled with information, ancient history. Somebody said to me, go back and study Big Ben. Okay, is everybody sitting down? I mean, let me know when you're sitting down because I'm about to hit you. Lord. Oh, I'm about to hit the Hotep hustlers. The racists are going to have a problem with this. The Hotep hustlers are going to have a problem with this. The religious zealots are going to have a problem with this. Oh, well. All right. Let's hit the ground running. Now, you know, Texas was Aztec land. Okay. All of this. There was no such thing as Texas, United States versus Texas, Texas, or Texas, Mexico. Okay. It was all one, and they were all indigenous. Okay. And in the land of West Texas, someone began carving into, remember we said this is the vagina opens up. Zoom in, the vagina opens up. And we said it was giving birth. We followed where it was giving birth. Now somebody said to me, go back and look. And then I saw who it gave birth to. Do you see him? Do you see him? Hold on. I'm going to have to move these pictures here. I'm going to have to move them back. I'm so sorry to do this. I'm just going to have to move these pictures. Do you see what? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? The yoni gave birth to a man. The man looks white. I'm going to outline him. The story doesn't end there. The man looks white and he has curly hair. What? Yes. The yoni gave birth to a white man with curly hair. Do you see him? Okay, let me take a picture. You know how we do here. I'm going to take a picture. Let me show you the whole yoni. Okay? So he doesn't look 100% white. He looks like he could be mixed with something. Okay, he's in here. Let me zoom in. Do you see him? He has a long beard. And he has curly hair. His hair doesn't fall down like white people. It kind of curls up to the side. Let's screenshot him and let's highlight him. Whoa, what? The coming of a white man. Remember, the Native Americans, when the Europeans first arrived, they thought they would, well, this is how the fairy tale go. You know, I don't believe anything these people tell me. But they thought the white man was the return of the gods. I'm not done yet. The story's not done because some of you are like, oh, goddamn, she done lost her mind. Nope. We're not done yet, remember? All right. Hold on. You know how we do here. Get the screenshot going. We're going to outline him. Let me just move him here. And the yoni is giving birth, right? Big Bend is giving birth right here. Okay, now we're going to outline him. Let's have some fun. Mark him up. Let's mark him up with like a orange. Yeah, let's try orange. All right, let's see here. It's like he has an afro. Okay. Okay. Now we're coming down to his beard. This is, then he has a mustache. Okay, his nose looked like it partially broke off. Okay. Then you could see his eyes. Do you see him? Big Bend. Hey, Unica, do you see who's being born from the yoni? They tell you it's a crater. And I told you no. The ancients wrote their secrets in stone. That's the reason why Masons run the planet. Oh, did anyone catch that? Did anyone catch that? What material do Masons work with? Stone. Do you see how old masonry is? Masonry is intergalactic. Masonry is not indigenous to the earth. Do you see? Watch this. There he is. And watch this. He's being birthed. Look. He's being birthed out of the yoni. The womb is giving birth to him. But hold on, it gets better. Hold on. I just saw something new. What is this? This is the Rio Grande. Let's zoom up. Is this a dragon? Or is this a lion or a tiger? This is the first time I've seen this. Do you see this one, this being? Do you see this being? Is it a bull? No, it doesn't have horns. Don't you know? My son, my son. Yeah. Woo! What? My son. Oh, now the entities are really coming out. Do you guys see this entity on the screen? This is my first time seeing him. And the Rio Grande, he cuts through the Rio Grande. Is this a bull? Do you guys see him? So these animals surrounding the birth of this white Messiah with curly hair. These, it looks like a bear. Okay, that's the one below. I'm talking about this one. It looks like a pouncing animal. They're all coming out today. Thank you, Linda. That's the one below, and I'm going to show you. But let me show you what these mean. I'm going to show you. Is this a lion? Is this a, look at this is the tail. Can anyone guess what animal this is? Looks like a fearsome animal. Linda said it looks like a bear. Okay, let's check this one out. Okay, let me show you what these things are. So we go back to Mason. So remember we checked this one out. Everyone knows what this one is, right? What animal is this? Okay, what animal is this on the screen? I'm just going to outline him. This one here. This one, thank you, Unika. This one is a bear. Are you guys ready for this? Are you sitting down? This one on the screen is a grizzly. Are you ready for this? I'm going to tell you again. The ancients wrote on the side of mountains. The ancients had craft. The ancients had satellites. The ancients had lasers. And the ancients were leaving an ancient language carved into the mountains that could only be seen from a satellite, from spacecraft, from space. Stop telling me bullshit and flockery that there is no space. Something carved this. This is a bear. Let me zoom out. Do you see the bear? 354 from. You see the bear? Okay. Now watch this. You ready for this? There were two brothers in the Aztec Empire. One was Quetzalcoatl, and the other was Tezcatlipoca. Another way of saying Quetzalcoatl and Tezcatlipoca is Enki and Enlil. Enki and Enlil. Who is, Enlil is Yahweh, and Yahweh had a brother, and I forgot his brother's name. There was a fight between Quetzalcoatl, who is, oh, they're just like totally like, oh my God. It's like Ra. Quetzalcoatl is Ra, and Tezcatlipoca is Yahweh. Yahweh, Quetzalcoatl wanted the humans to be advanced spiritually and physically, whereas Tezcatlipoca wanted the humans to be stupid and worship and only designed for worship and the worship included bloodshed. Now, you want to guess who this bear is? I'm going to tell you again. The ancients wrote in stone and was carving secret language. The ancients were carving secrets into stone. Stone equals mountains. Another way that Tezcatlipoca, better yet, Tezcatlipoca is directly related to or symbolized, they're torturing me, by, watch this. Does everyone see this? What? Thank you, Linda. Tezcatlipoca. Tezcatlipoca. What? I told you. Whoa, what? Tezcatlipoca is the bear constellation Ursa Major. Wait, I thought it was pareidolia. So what? Let's read it. Tezcatlipoca was represented by the Ursa Major Great Bear constellation, which the Aztecs saw as a jaguar, which reminds me that's what that cat is. The jaguar was Tezcatlipoca's Nagual animal disguise. Tezcatlipoca's name means smoking mirror. He was pictured as having a mirror on his foot and on his chest. What's this? So who is that in front of you? I'm not yelling. I just get excited. Who is the bear staring into the yoni as he drinks up the water, the ancient water right here? Up into the yoni, and it goes up into Tezcatlipoca prefrontal cortex, avion. Tezcatlipoca is the bear. Ursa Major. I told you tonight I was going to drop the hammer on pareidolia. Don't tell me that the Aztecs, not you guys, were not in what we call Texas today. And don't tell me this is pareidolia. So which means, this tells me this, watch this, watch this. This is a jaguar. Now do you see it? This, or a Black Panther. Now do you see the cat? Pantera Negra. Watch this. Aztec Black Panther. Okay, let's see. Okay. Black Panther, let's see, God. Okay, you ready? There are multiple matches for Aztec gods associated with black, including Tezcatlipoca, the Aztec jaguar god, and Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. Tezcatlipoca, Aztec god of night, sorcery, war, sacrifice. Sacrifice. Does it sound familiar? Hey, Unica. And the patron god of kings and warriors. Tezcatlipoca is often depicted with black paint on his face and an obsidian mirror of on one of his feet. Some say the black paint and jaguar association may be a connection to the color black in Black Panther. So here we see what looks like he's a black panther. I think it's a black panther. And underneath the black panther is the bear. And there's a river that runs through the bear, ancient river, all the way up. And it drains into the Rio Grande. And it bisects this cat. Hold on. That's not all. What, Renetta? There's more? Oh, there's more. Now watch this. So we see the bear. Watch this. Do you see the woman? Whoa! Who's this black woman? Oh, who's this black man with an earring? Looks like a goat too. It could be a goat. Do you see this being? Do you see this being? There's two of them. Your eyes are gonna shift. There's two of them hiding here. A black messiah. Remember, Tezcatlipoca paints his face black. Remember? Watch this. Some say the black paint and jaguar association may be a connection to the color black in Black Panther. Tezcatlipoca is often depicted with black paint on his face and an obsidian mirror in the place of one of his feet. Now, do you see the face? Now look, don't forget the hair. Don't forget the hair. Let's highlight her. Hold on. I'm going to draw her out. Okay. Let's draw her out, honey, because there's a lot of them we're going to draw out here. Okay, mark her up. First, I want you to see the earring. Which is the traditional earring of the Aztecs. Do you see the earring? Okay, let me erase. Okay, wait, cancel this. Cancel, okay. What I want to do is I want to make her bigger on the screen. Okay, there we go. Now let's mark her up. Look at the earring. This is how the Aztecs wore their earring. Do you see the earring? Okay, let's draw the eyes. Okay. Is this pareidolia, people? Let's draw the hair. This is the head. Yes, this is her shoulder. Okay, this is her nose. Okay, and this is her mouth. Or it could be Tezcatlipoca. This is her face. But to me, this looks like a woman. Okay, all this is part of her hair. All of this is a wild, big hair. All of this is her wild, big hair. Okay. This is the rest of her face here. His narrow face. And this here is the rest of her profile. Actually, it goes out like this. You guys see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Yes, her hair blends into the shape of the beard. Yes. And she's she's watching the birth, the opening. So she is a doula. She's watching the birth of this white man with curly hair coming out of the yoni, or this fair-skinned man coming out of the yoni. But she's not the only one. Watch this. Okay, let me show you this. Hold on. Let me show you this. Do you see him? Do you see him? Do you see the other being watching the birth of this fair-skinned man coming out of the ancient yoni? Head is south, face is up. Head is south. The head is coming out south. That's right. Are you seeing the other being? All right, let me highlight the other being for you. All right, let me close this out. This is the man being born. Okay. All right, we're on to this one, right? We're on to this being now. Let's see. Okay, do I have this being up? Okay, here we go. Oh, I didn't take a picture? Oh, shit, I gotta take the picture. Hold on. Now I can use this one. All right. Now we're looking at this being. Watching this fair-skinned man being born. We're gonna mark him up. Gonna mark him up. Oh wait, no. Let me go back to crop. Let me clear this. Cancel, because I need something here. There's something that's missing in here. Okay, yes, I got it. Okay, perfect. All right, let's do it. Let's mark him up. Okay, watch this. I want to show you what's unique about this man. I want to show you what's unique about this man. Watch this. Let me show you what's unique about this man. Watch this. I'm going to show you. You're going to start to see what's unique about this man. Do you see this man? He has large lips, and he has an extra large skull. Let me show it to you. Do you see him? Let me highlight him here so you can see better. He has an extra large skull and he's watching. Oops. Sorry, I have a couple of mistakes there. Look at the shape of his skull. That's not his hair, people. That's his skull. And he's watching the birth. And he's black. Look at those lips. You see him? And he too is watching the birth. Do you see him? Does this look like pareidolia to you? And this black man with the big head. Now watch this. Many people have said, oh God, I hate Google. I hate Google and they're racist as hell. Damn, I hate Google. Let me try another one. Let me try Bing. Okay, hold on. I hate Google. Let's see if I can find it here, okay? All right, images. Okay. Of course, they don't show it, but there are pictures of people, black people who encountered ETs that were black, and they had really big heads, okay? Let me see if I can find like a video on it. Let's see. Damn, I goddamn hate these people. Of course, they're going to hide stuff like this. I mean, these people are useless. Let me try a different search engine. You know, this is why I like to do my stuff like before. The West, they don't give me anything besides propaganda. Let's see if we can find it in images. Okay, so there are these black ETs that a lot of black people said they encounter, and they had these really big heads. Let's see, black ETs. With big heads. Let's see, big heads. I mean, there's pictures of them all over and they look exactly like this. Okay, I can't find it. So screw these search engines, which are useless and full of shit. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is large head and armor ship eyes. Okay, black extraterrestrials. Let's see this. Black extraterrestrials. Okay, you got to listen to this. Let me see if you can find head. H-E-A-D. Oh. Okay. Well, so much for that. I should have just found the picture and saved the picture. Anyway, let's go back to like the facts. But you guys see him, right? Yeah, the big-headed scientist. That's what they call them. Okay, there's a little boy in his hair. Go back to the picture. Okay, this picture, Monica, where is it? Okay, so we have him. You have to let me know exactly where is it, where it is. Okay, because there's several faces in here. Okay, so you guys see him. Yes, and they were called the big-headed scientist. That's exactly what they were called. Let's see if I can find it on Useless too. Okay, I'm done. I'm done wasting my time with these search engines. These things are not for knowledge. These things will make you dumb as rocks. Okay, top right corner of his head. Okay, there's two eyes here. This one. Okay, let's see. Yes, this is another one, and he has his mouth like wide open, watching the birth of this one. There's way more we got to do. Hold on. Okay, you see him right here. Is that him? But he looks like he has devil horns. Is that him? Yep. One eye here, one eye here. Right? Right here. Let me zoom in. And he looks like there's the earring of the black woman is coming out of his mouth. Okay? Then there's another two. There's one on this side. He's like looking on in shock at the birth of this white man. So could it be that the Aztec knew the white man was coming? Because remember, in the history, in the oracle, in the oral tradition of the Native American, they said there was a white man coming. And funny, this person who was born coming out of this womb kind of looks like Columbus. I'll leave that there. Okay, so this is the lingam. And I want you guys to see, I want you guys to go in and see how big this is. Watch this. Look at the size of this. Okay. All right. Look at how big this is. Humongous. This could only, okay, I see a large serpent over the head you outlined. Okay, let me go back. Look at the size of this, people. Okay, oh, let me not lose my spot. Okay, the head I outlined. All right, let's see here. The head. Okay, is this the serpent? Is this the serpent, Linda? A huge crater of birth. Okay. So Linda, let me know if I'm outlining the serpent. Okay. All right. So there's another one in this direction. Okay. You see him here. You see him here. Okay. Now, and watch this. There's another one here. Okay. You see his nose? See his eyes? His nose? His chin? Do you see him? Looks like a dragon. You see him? He looks like Chinese. You see the beard? So are the Chinese coming to the Americas? Is this prophesying that one day the Chinese will be on the American soil? He looks Chinese. Do I need to outline him? Look, looks like a Chinese emperor coming out of a wheel. You see the wheel? And don't tell me this is pareidolia. Your Bible says the wheel within the wheel. You see the wheel within the wheel? Are you guys seeing it? Press 1 if you're seeing it, because we got to move on. This is Big Bend State Park. Okay, you guys are not commenting. All right. Everyone sees the Chinese emperor. Look at that. The wheel within the wheel. Are the Chinese going to come to the Americas? Did the Mayans prophesy, carved it secretly into rock, that the whites were going to come to the Americas? And then the whole heavens were shocked. All this represents the heavens, watching the birth. And then they prophesied the Chinese. This is a Chinese. This is beard. And they're coming out of this wheel that you think is the creator. It looks like a huge nose, yeah. Now watch this. Now, let's go to Big Bend National Park. Oh, by the way, before I do that, we got to follow this down, right? We got to follow this down, and we did. And when we followed it down, right? Let me spin this right side up. Now, everyone remembers when we went south, this is the correct position of Big Bend. When we went south, we ended up going south to, I didn't tell you move. We ended up going south to landing in the Pyramid of the Sun. When we went south, we ended up landing here. Okay? Now watch this. This is where it gets really crazy. So we followed the birth. Yes, war and bloodshed. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They knew a white Messiah was coming and they wrote it. They wrote it. Yes, they wrote it in their writings. But now I'm showing you that they didn't just write it in their writings. We follow, yes, Linda, we followed her elixir south 700 miles. And it landed, boom, in the Pyramid of the Sun. But watch this, it gets crazier. Now, the birth, you ready for this? Now, they brought Christianity by the edge of a knife. But the Mayans, the Aztec also wrote another mystery. And I'm going to get to the Black Messiah soon. Now, we're going to follow. Watch this so you know I'm not making it up. This is the Pyramid of the Sun of Osiris. Okay, that looks like a ship. So everyone sees that it's facing this way. It's going this way, correct? So you see I'm not making it up. It's going this way, right? Press 1 if you see the direction it's going. So this is why the heavens were shocked at the birth of this white man. Because if you look at the faces of everyone, they were like, oh, because they knew bloodshed was going to come to this land. They carved it. They carved it. They lasered it. And people think, oh, it's just a crater. It's a national park and a state park. So watch this. Let me show you where it gets really crazy. So we're following this line from the pyramid. And we're just going to keep following. We're just going to keep following. We're in the heartland of Mexico. And we're going to follow. Okay, so we see the Pyramid of the Sun is here. We follow the Pyramid of the Sun and we end up smack dab. Let me just find the exact Pyramid of the Sun here. Okay, beautiful, the yellow one. You follow the Pyramid of the Sun and we end up smack dab in the Pacific. Whoa. No, the heavens knew. They wrote this and carved this into the mountains. And the people think it's just mountains. Now watch this. So I said, okay, the Pyramid of the Sun is here. Let me show you. This is the Pyramid of the Sun. Something said to me, Renata, follow the Pyramid of the Sun. And I began to follow the Pyramid of the Sun and I stopped here. I said, but this is strange. I said, this looks like a skirt. Does everyone see this? Does everyone see this? No, not last minute. They prophesied it and they carved it into the mountains that they were going to come here. Yes, a skirt. Does everyone see the belt around the waist? Okay, look at this. So then we get to the top. This is off the coast of Mexico. This looks like a top. But hold on. This is a massive landmass. Then we get to the top and we said, what? Is that a face? The face of a horse? With its ear sticking up? Do you see the face of a horse? So, watch this. The yoni in Texas, her amniotic sac breaks and she gives birth, gushing out. It's this fair-skinned man. And who was it that said the head comes first? The head comes out first. The head of this man is coming out, heading south. We followed his birth south and we land in Tenochtitlan, exactly in Teotihuacan. Then I get to Teotihuacan, the Pyramid of the Sun, and it's as if something's guiding me. And it says, follow Teotihuacan all the way out. And I get to this off the coast. His head stops here. His body is at the base. Look at this. This is Big Bend State Park. Okay? The base of his skirt is where Big Bend ends, and it forms a massive pyramid. (2,335.22 miles). Big Bend State and National Park. Teotihuacan to this under the Pacific. Now here's where it gets crazy. Does anyone remember who we found in the bottom of the Atlantic? Does anyone remember who has a base at the bottom of the Atlantic? No one remembers? Apophis! Hold on! Apophis! We be in class tonight. Hold on. If Apophis is base, if Apophis is base, I said if Apophis is base, what? Apophis is base. is in the Atlantic, then whose base is in the Pacific? Oh. Remember, Apophis is the enemy of Ra. Apophis is the enemy of Ra. So when we did that decode, we only had half the story because we found Apophis' base in the Atlantic, but that fake eclipse was an X. One came from the Atlantic, and two, which formed an A and an X, came from the Pacific, which means there was a missing offshore base. Does everyone see? Do you see the horse staring at you? Do you see the image of the horse staring at Seth? Ah! You see, that's my students, honey. Seth and who? Patrick. Patrick for 1,000. Seth is the enemy of whom? Bring it home, Patrick. X marks the spot. Seth is the enemy. Oh, Seth. Oh. Are you ready for this? All right, you ready? We in class tonight. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I said we. In class tonight. Let's read. And this is a donkey looking horse. Look. Okay. Since the 2nd century BCE, Chemites, Greeks, Romans had identified the evil god Seth Typhon, often depicted as a donkey-like creature. With who? With whom? The Seth Yahweh tradition, with all its negative violence, was applied to the creator worshipped by the Christians as well. Yahweh. I told you Yahweh was Seth. Yahweh. You see, I'm not making it up. All the ancients believed that Yahweh was the devil. And here is his base off the coast of Mexico and Southern California. Yes, I was thinking just that. I was just thinking, Linda, you took the words right out of my mouth. Let's leave that be. Because remember, it's associated to the creator worshipped by Christians as well. And you know you can't tell them nothing. And Yahweh is Greek for Zeus. Yes, Unika. Now it gets crazier. Now we decoded the birth of. We were all genetically engineered, all of us. We were all messed with to be on this planet. But I got some more to do. So now we see Apophis. And Apophis is the enemy of Ra, who has a base that sunk under the Atlantic. And now we're finding a base. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is a donkey. Okay? Look at how big this thing is. Look at the size of this base. Look at this. Let's measure it. From the tip of his head. His head like that. The base is 687.09 miles. Does anyone know who just became president of the country south of the United States? Does anyone know which tribe just became president of Mexico? And it just so happens that Yahweh, who is the evil god Seth, had an ancient base that sunk off the coast of Mexico. Thank you. Thank you for the answer. Thank you for the answer. You think it's a coincidence? Now watch this. This is where it gets even crazier. Now let's show you the second decode, and I'm going to show you why they're doing what they're doing. Let's go back to Big Bend. So this is Big Bend State Park, right? Let's go to Big Bend National Park. And let me show you why the GMOs, why they're altering the human race, why they're changing the DNA, why they want to wipe out the human race. Does anyone see this? Does anyone see this on the screen? Haiti, exactly. Does anyone see this on the screen? Let's mark him up. Now, while that one was birthed from that yoni, right next door to that yoni is Big Bend National Park. And Big Bend National Park gave birth to this. That looks like a little baby. Let's mark him up. When you see this one, you're going to understand. Mapaco, welcome. Look at the royal crown. Look at the royal crown. Are you seeing this? While that one came first, this one was a baby. Look at the royal necklace. 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 Those who have eyes to see will see. Do you see? Do you see a baby, dark-skinned, with the ancient royal headdress fanned out? I'm not going to say who wears a royal headdress like this. Does everyone see the baby? While that Messiah came first and head down south, and the heavens were do you see the baby being born? Do you see it? This only could have been carved from the sky. This only could have been carved from the sky. The little child was born, dark-skinned, skin like bronze. Skin like bronze. Do you see? Could it be that those on the earth who are trying to wipe out the human race know that there's one whose skin is like bronze coming? Now watch this. The one whose skin is like bronze. Watch this. It's directly aligned. This is it right here. So you see, I'm not making it up. It's directly aligned to the nipple of the mother. Do you see the nipple of the mother breastfeeding the baby? Whose skin is like bronze. Do you see the nipple? Do you see the nipple? Do you see the nipple? While the older one reigns, There is a baby being born in secret, whose skin is like bronze. Do you see it? Watch this. Now watch the river. Boom! Now watch this. What continent does this look like under the baby? What continent does this look like under the baby? This is the baby. And the baby's head is on top of a continent, even though it's backwards. Because you know how they do stuff. Oh! Ah! Say what? Let me say it again. This is the baby. This is the baby's crown. And the baby sits on top of a continent. What does this continent look like? Can you see? Now do you understand? Old America, this looks like Africa, but they drew it backwards. Let's rotate this and see how it looks. Boom! Boom! Hold on. Boom! What? Pareidolia? No, honey. Pareidolia is when you're blind. Pareidolia is when you're spiritually blind and can't see. Hmm? Let me move this. Let me move this. Look. Where's my map of Africa? Hold on. My map of Africa just disappeared. Really? It just disappeared. I didn't even close the thing. Unreal. Up. Look. Look. Are you seeing with your two eyes? Or are you seeing with your third eye? Are you seeing with your two eyes? Are you seeing with your two eyes or are you seeing with your third eye? While the Messiah, the first one, came, the bear constellation, Tezcatlipoca. While the first one came and did what they had to do, wiped out 200 million indigenous people and put them under the jackboot. And here they come again. And the tribe is now in Mexico to take over Mexico. But there is an ancient prophecy carved into the mountains that cannot be stopped. Can you see Madagascar? Look, look, look. Do you see Madagascar? Do you see Madagascar? Do you see Madagascar? When the ancients drew this, Madagascar was connected to the African continent. Now look, Madagascar's here. How long? How long? Free us from the blood covenant. When the ancients, I told you I was going to drop the hammer on the heads of the zombies tonight. When the ancients carved Big Bend National Park, they carved Madagascar. And Madagascar was connected to the African continent. How long ago did the ancients carve this? How long did the ancients carve this? Oh, connected to Africa. 165 million years. What? 6,000 years, my ass. I'm dropping hammers, boulders, rocks. I'm dropping satellites on their heads tonight. 6,000 years, my backside. 165 million years ago, before Yahweh and his war mongering Elohim. Don't come to tell me nonsense and fuckery. That 6,000 years ago, Madagascar was connected to Africa. Ain't no way. When the ancients drew Africa in Texas, they drew Macho and they drew Madagascar. But let me show you a little secret. Let me show you a secret. What the ancients knew that Madagascar was going to break away. The ancients knew one day Madagascar would break away. So they made sure and they lasered it into rock. Here we see Madagascar connected to a continent that looks like Africa, but the ancients knew it was going to break away. Now look at this. You think this is a coincidence? Look. Look. And what sits above Madagascar is the black one with the royal crown. What sits above Africa is the black one with the royal crown being fed from the breast. Now, does anyone know? They can't steal these rocks. They can't wipe these rocks away. They can't erase these rocks like useless Google and useless YouTube and useless AI. That's why the ancients wrote in rocks. But they didn't just stop at rocks. They said, I'm going to laser it to the greatest, you lying scumbags. And those who have eyes to see will say, right there. Right there. Right there. Now, does everyone know who breastfeeds their child? Does everyone know who breastfeeds their child? ISIS. 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 That is why the GMOs. There she is. That is why they're altering everything. Because they know Horus is coming. That is why the tribe took over Mexico. Because they know Horus is coming. And Horus is coming to remove them. But let me show you something else that's crazy. Watch this. This is the Rio Grande, okay? And there is here in the Rio Grande, the only problem I got a problem with this one is the panda eyes. But look at this being. You're going to tell me, you're going to come to tell me Nancy's story, that this is pareidolia. And this being here watches the Horus child over here. You see? And ISIS has to breastfeed the Horus child in secret because they know the demoniacs are watching. And the child is not going to be born in fanfare. The child is not going to be born in fanfare like the previous Messiah, where the whole heavens was like, because they knew what was coming. No, where they knew 200 million would be killed. All of the heaven surrounds the child. They nurture this child, and the child sits above the head of Africa. It's right here, people. It's right here. Carved into Big Bend. The story of two messiahs. I'm not done yet. I have to follow this child out. I haven't followed the child out. This is the child's lips. You can see the face here. And let me show you how big this is so you can get scale. Watch this. Watch this. You're going to come to tell me that someone didn't laser this? Look at this. Look at this. Someone lasered this. Someone look at this. Look the eye of the child. Look. Horus is waiting. Because Horus's time has not yet come to rule. Let's look at the African map. Let's look at the scale of this one. It's right here. Someone lasered this and called it mountain. Look. The time has not yet come for the Horus child to be revealed. The Horus child is still young and is still sucking the breast of the mother, Isis, being fed by Isis and being watched here. Look at this being here. This being here is watching the Horus child. You see the being? Look. You see the being here? Watching the Horus child as it quietly sucks the breast. And one day it will sit at the top of the world. Africa. Africans, you better wake up. You better wake up. Anyway, guys, that's it for this evening. There's way more. But just remember, Apophis has a base off the coast of the Atlantic. Apophis's enemy is Ra. And I think in the ancient war, Apophis, that landmass was above ground. And when they fought, and they fought badly, they sunk Apophis's base under the sea, or sank. And then Seth had a base, and Seth's base is off the coast of the Pacific, and they had a war, and they sank Seth's base. Doesn't mean that they killed them, but they sank their bases. Okay, just always remember, Apophis is to the left of you, the right of you, and Seth is to the left of you. But there is a child. There is a child. There is a child, and that child will sit above that continent. Maybe Africa needs to unite. Who knows? Anyway, that's the story of the two messiahs. Now, we don't know how the Messiah will be. Will the Messiah be pro-human, or will the Messiah be just another power-hungry demoniac? Let's hope that the child sucking on the breast of Isis will be for the human race. Love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have seen that mountains are not what they tell you mountains are. I hope you see craters are not what they tell you craters are. Rivers are not what they tell you rivers are. And this planet is not what they tell you it is. Love you guys. Love each other. And I'm out.